I was talking to someone who told me why they abandoned their course to be a writer that she was doing. Why did they abandon the university course to be a writer? Soon I will tell you what they told me. Today I would like to start speaking to you about this topic of mind hygiene, a essential subject for the days we are living in. What does it mean, mind hygiene? First, we must understand how we got here, how we got into a situation that the polluted mind has become a commonplace, that the dirty minds have become a commonplace, fast-paced mind that can't take its eyes off the screen, cannot rest, not even for a second. How we got here, and how to sanitize your mind. First, for you to understand how we got here, you know that today we live in the information era. TV, radio, internet, videos, podcasts, apps, online games on your smartphone, streaming right, left, and center, news, music, a variety of programs. There has never been so much content, so much information in the world as we have currently in this generation. The human being has never been so exposed, bombarded with information and entertainment as in the current days. I believe we will only really understand this impact in a few years, especially this generation already born in this condition. And with all this, which has its good side, on one side, you can access good information you didn't have before, good information, useful information, teachings, but not all information is good. Not all content is good for you. And then you understand, putting it on the scale, there is much more harmful information that contributes to defile your mind than the opposite. For example, we don't need to go that deep, but when you watch the news, realize how you are before watching a news program, before switching on the TV and watching the news. Understand how your spirit is, and then watch the news. Stay there for 20, 30 minutes, 1 hour. Perceive how your spirit is after. You will see that you are believing less in humanity. You have a feeling of anger, vengeance, because the news that brought all this grace that happened on that day brought to you, they have sown this in your heart. So in the name of being informed, you are exposing yourself to the worst events, because a good events do not go on the news. What go on the news are bad things, because the human being is like that. They are more interested on the evil thing that is happening to someone else than what good is happening to them. So to sell the news, it has to be bad. This is the nature of the business. Maybe you didn't know that. You are exposing to the worst, without including the fake news, those news that you believe they are true, and later you will learn that it's nothing like that. Or you learn that you were a victim of a lie that was told during the news. Then you listen to music. Today's music, I'm not talking about a particular genre, because basically all of them. And music today seems that they have become a soundtrack for an empty, meaningless, promiscuous, discredited life for humanity, selfishness, division. Songs today don't bring that calmness, inspiration. I remember back in the days, there were songs that inspired, songs that made you to travel to a good place in your imagination. But nowadays, rarely you find this on music. And then you go on, films, scripts, and then it goes back to that story about the person that was talking to. They were making a course to become a screenwriter for films, TV series, and she went to a very famous college and university course. And there, what happened? The teacher pushed ideologies contrary. All you see in films and series, all you see, it begins in the university, in college, teachers, all biased, taken by an ideology, anti-God, family, marriage, anti-Christian, contrary to all that has to do with good principles and values. They are training, forming writers, screenwriters to create contents of this nature that will defile the minds of those who watch it. From children, teenagers, adults, I'm talking about what I've heard from this person who is a Christian. She told me that the teacher insisted that she would write in her text, which was a classwork, and she had to write a scene, and the teacher insisted, listen, your character is speaking too clean. His words are too clean. He has to say more swearing words. And she said, I don't think, teacher, that it's necessary swearing words to be put here. It's not what is inside of me. Then the teacher told her off and said, you must write. And she felt coerced to do something that would go against her principles, that she decided to leave the course. I can't take this anymore. This is attacking my faith, is what she said. Because all went against, all ideologies went against what I believed. And she had no option. Listen, I will teach you the technique for you to write whatever you want. No, I will teach you the technique for you to write what we want you to write. And that's how things go today. Then you begin to understand why people's, children's minds, young people, adults are becoming rotten. That's why you see more and more heinous crimes. That's why you see the young man kills the elderly and leaves laughing. But check out what he was watching. He only reproduced what he consumed. And this is what happens today. People's minds are becoming dirty, troubled, are becoming dangerous, criminal. They are becoming obscure. People are diving to low levels that humanity has never seen before. And what does that mean? That means that today, who knows, first of all, how to keep their minds, how to guard their minds, eyes, and ears from all this dirt. And those who are already contaminated and they learn how to decontaminate, sanitize their minds, they will be better than the majority. You must sanitize your mind, which means to clean, to remove this dirt, this garbage, this trash that for years has been installed in your head in a very subtle way. If you catch yourself looking at people out of the blue and having bad thoughts out of the blue, you have violent thoughts, sexual thoughts, thoughts about death, vengeance thoughts of hatred. The person has done nothing against you. On the streets, and you catch yourself thinking like this, your mind must be sanitized, cleansed, detoxified. And we'll speak more about this over the next days. Connect with us that you may understand better about all this and how you can deal with this bombardment of dirt, this bomb of dirt that is exploding around you and at the same time to remain intact, bulletproof from this dirt. And you have already been contaminated by it. How to sanitize your mind. We'll speak more about this in the next messages here. Stay with us. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.